What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you guys how to drill through concrete, brick and cement, and also how to mount, fix or attach something to the wall or floor using your anchors. Let's do this. So the first thing we're going to need is a drill driver with a hammer function. So we can see the little hammer symbol here. That means that this will allow you to drill through brick, concrete and cement. However, what I find is a lot of times, especially if the surface is hard that you're drilling through, the drill driver will struggle. So what I tend to do is use the SDS rotary hammer drill. So this one here is a Ryobi one. Works perfect, goes through basically anything, but like I said, if it's soft materials such as sand and cement or even the mortar between your bricks, drill driver will go through no problems. Even some hard surfaces you'll find the drill will be able to get through. However, this one here is definitely a lot better. So regardless which drill you decide to go with, you're going to need to use some masonry bits. Now the easiest way to know if you've got a masonry bit, if we have a look at the tip here, hopefully that focuses, you can see that it's like almost like a shovel head on top. So that's a very good indicator that it's a masonry bit, and you have to use a masonry bit to get through brick, concrete and cement, otherwise you'll just damage your drill bit and you won't be able to go through. So I'll show you guys a better view of the drill bits. The top one is the one that goes into the drill driver. So as you can tell, there's no patterns or anything on the back, nothing particular that won't be able to get into any regular chuck. However, the bottom one, you can see those got those little slots there. That slots into the SDS drill bit. So that's the only drill bit that will actually slot into the rotary hammer drill, is the one with this little SDS slots on the bottom of it. So this one here is a Kango brand. This one here is made in Germany, and this is what I use for my drill driver. So they're very, very good, tough bits. I've had them for a while and they're still holding up very, very nicely. So when it comes to mounting or fixing something to the wall or floor, these are the four most common anchors that are used. If we have a look at these two on the end, these ones here are generally used for light fixing. Light meaning anything up to about 30 kilos or 60 pounds, depending on the gauge that you've bought and the thickness of the material. So when we have a look at these ones here, this one here is just a standard plug that comes without a screw. So it just comes looking like this. You basically drill your hole and you can tap that straight into that hole, and then you get any nice heavy duty screw and you can put that into the back and anchor or mount whatever it is that you're after straight into the wall. Now with this one here, very, very similar. However, this one here comes with a screw as well. And the reason why it comes with a screw is this one here is designed to not only bite on as a regular screw would, but it's also got the threads and the ridges. So if we have a look at the ridges, I'm not sure if you guys can see, try to get that to focus. So basically the ridges on here where the threads are, they go in one way. So that means as they go in nice and easy, and as they try and pull back, you can see on my skin there, it's actually pulling against it, and that's what tries to hold this into position. Nice and easy with a Phillips head on the back, so very, very easy to install. Now when it comes to these two anchors here, these are the most commonly used ones when it comes to heavy duty fixing. So something that's really, really solid, really heavy. This one here is called a Dynabolt. This one here until recently has been, you know, the #1 choice for most people, simply because it works so well. It's very, very effective. Same thing, drill a hole, push this one into place, and then you can tighten that nut on the back. As you tighten that nut on the back of it, hopefully that'll focus for a second. So as we tighten that nut, you can see the sleeve that's on top starts to expand, and that actually lodges everything into position in that hole. So once it's expanded as that is now, you're actually not able to pull that out. That's one of the biggest downfalls with this. It's not reusable, and you won't actually be able to pull this back out of the wall. So only until recently, say a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, they've created the Ramset anchor screw. So once again, this one is from Ramset. Other brands do make it as well. It's basically the anchor and screw all in one. So this time around, you're able to just drill the hole, put it into place, screw it in, and then once you're done with it, you can actually reverse that out and just fill that hole up. So I'm going to show you guys now just how easy it is to actually install these. Alright guys, so the wall we're drilling through here is a brick wall, and it's got sand and cement rendering over the top. So you can't actually see the brick. Usually I wouldn't be using the drill driver. However, I want to show you guys just how it goes through with the drill driver, and then we'll use the rotary hammer drill and show you just how much easier it is using a rotary hammer. So first things first, we'll just pick our location where we're going to be drilling into. So just pull that in, make sure it's on hammer mode. As you can see there, hammer function on. And it goes through nice and easy on that soft section where the sand and cement is. As it hits the brick, it might start to struggle. So we can see there it's completely gone through. And using our first wall plug, you simply pop that into position. Tap it flush with the hammer, then you can get your screw and attach that to the end. So So regardless, whatever it is that you're mounting, that's nice and secure now. But like I said, this one here is for light fixing. Now we'll try the other one. This time around, we're going to be using the rotary hammer, making sure it's on both hammer and drill function. So once again, sight right next to this one here. And this time around, we're going to be using the Dynabolt. So once again, pop that into position, and then we're going to be using the hammer to tap that in. Making sure the nuts are already on and not over threaded. So we want to make sure that it hasn't separated up here. Line it up, and then we just tap it with the hammer. So once that's done, you can use an adjustable wrench or a socket set, even the socket set on your drill piece, and then you just want to tighten that up. Once that's on, that's not going anywhere. So once again, we'll use the rotary hammer drill. And you can see just how much faster and easier. There's a lot less pressure when using the rotary hammer drill instead of the drill driver. And then to use the anchor screw, we don't need any kind of plug or anything like that. You can just feed that on by hand, get it nice and straight, and once again, use an adjustable wrench or your socket set, and you can tighten that down. Perfect. So lucky last one. Once again with the plug. Make sure that's nice and flush. Then we want to put the screw that it came with, and you can drill that into position. And once they're installed, guys, that is the finished product on all four. Like I said, this one here to remove, I'm going to show you guys in a second. We remove the screw, the plug stays in there. There's another way, a little trick I'm going to show you guys to remove the plugs. Same thing with the one up the top. This one here, which was a Dynabolt, that one unfortunately cannot be removed. So this has to be grinded off, and then you have to patch the hole once you're done. This one here is my new favorite, which I've been using for the past couple of years. Best one right here, and I'm going to show you guys how to remove these now. So if we try to remove the Dynabolt, we can loosen that up, unthread it, and then what you're left with is the shaft that's still here. So that shaft and the sleeve that's on the inside, there's no way that's going anywhere. That's a permanent fixture. That's why I'd prefer not to use these ones here. Makes a mess. I really don't want to have to leave it in here and cut it off with the grinder. So this one here I don't use anymore, and to be honest, most people don't use them anymore. So with these other two plugs, once again, we want to back this off, take out that screw. Now what would be left with is just the plug. To remove this plug, you can try and put something in there and lever it out like that. Okay, or what you can do is put the screw back in just a little bit. So just so it bites like that. We don't want it to separate in the back, and I'll show you guys why. Then I get a set pair of pliers. Anyway, and then what we do is just pull this back. What I've got is the plug back out. The reason why I don't feed it all the way through, so as you can see, the screw's only just gone through. That means that it hasn't actually caused this to spread and separate on the inside. Because once this screw goes all the way in, what happens is this starts to open up, and then it lodges itself inside. So making sure that we don't screw it all the way in is an easy way to pull this out. We'll do the same with the top one. We might be able to just pull it out like this, just on an angle. That one was lucky. And then lucky last one is the anchor screw. So like I said, reverse that one back out, nice and easy. You can see it's even coming out by hand now. Perfect. So there you have it, guys. That's how to drill through brick, concrete and cement, and also mount things to the wall using these anchors. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If there's anything else you guys would like to learn how to do in or around your house, put it in the comment section below and I'll be happy to show you guys. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.